Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. True Knight here. So, this will be the July 7th meta tier list video. I've been having a really great time with the series. It's been getting good views on my channel so far, so I want to keep going with it and everything. I'm gonna start off with a couple of things. Channel announcement. So, if I look pale, apologies. I have a pretty extensive surgery coming up on Tuesday, the 8th, and I have to do a 5-day liquid diet beforehand, so I haven't eaten anything in 2 days. So it's been kind of rough. Drinking tons of water. I'm allowed to have soup, broth, and like popsicles and things like that, but you never realize how much you miss on your like snacks and stuff like that until they're taken away. So anyway, that's a little bit about what's going on in my life. Also, I did move into a new position at work that I start on the 14th, so pretty excited for that. I'll be switching to weekends off, so that might open up going to bigger tournaments, things of that nature. We'll see. So, and then other than that, as far as this series, things are about to change in about 4 episodes. We're not going to see all these decks on there anymore. It's just a matter of fact. With the ban list coming up, with the new set, Justice Hunters coming out, crap's going to change. So, please be patient with me while I sort out the environment and sort out the meta. And I'll kind of be slow on getting my perspective out just because life changes, and with the surgery and all, I'm going to need some recovery time. So, also to preference with that, I may miss out on next week's episode on the 14th. My deepest apologies if I do. I'm really going to try and push hard to be able to record that Sunday. Just depends on how I feel, how I'm doing. So, anyway, let's just dive into it. So, as you can see, I've already preferenced a few of these decks that I consider local caliber only. And I know general basis is that most of you will agree with you. Some of you will tell me I'm an idiot, but I'm used to it. It's YouTube. My dark horses, though, this week are Jirac, Dynamorphia, and Tyr. Still haven't seen these in a big event because we haven't seen any big events on stream or anything like that. Regionals wise in Colorado, it's been quiet through the month of June, so haven't really seen big events there. So want to see what these 3 decks are up to, especially with Nats right around the corner this week. Really excited to see what people bring to the table. So let's dive into it. Alright. Memento, you are hands down one of the best decks in the game. For now. We'll see what happens post Nats, but yeah. White Forest, I still think that you're top notch competitor for now. Again, we gotta see what happens with Justice Hunters, all that nonsense. Ice Bear, I think you belong at locals still. Not really much has changed, and I think you should stay there. Live Twin, I just haven't seen yet. So if you're competing at bigger events, cool, great for you. But I've seen you do good at regionals, and certainly beat and throw down some locals. So yeah. Runic, you are for sure a local deck for right now. Again, this is all hindering a ban list, but which we may very well get a ban list this next coming week at Nats, but I think then they announce like at previous YCS or something that they're gonna announce the pricing for going forward. So I think that they're gonna use Nats to announce pricing and not announce a ban list. Just my thoughts. I could be wrong, they could do both, but I think they did say in their last big tournament that after the conclusion of Nationals is when we would find out what Yu-Gi-Oh's pricing is going to be for us in the TCG. So, could be wrong. I'll have to go rewatch whatever the last YCS was, but I'm pretty sure they said that. So anyway, Blue Eyes. I'm demoting you, man. I'm putting you at the top of regional just because, like, you are just... You remind me of Voiceless Voice last format. Like, you're steady, you're comfortable, but you're not over the top. You need something, and Primite is not getting it done. So, yeah. Speaking of which, Voiceless, I want to put you at lower regional. I think with Ryzel mixed into it, you can bang with the rest of them, so keep it going that way. Mitsurugi, hands down one of the best in the game. There's no question there. Kriston, you're definitely a top tier deck. You guys are just constantly performing these decks. Snake Eye, I'm gonna put you lower echelon of regional because you do what you do pretty good. God, we miss OSS, and trust me, I still have Snake Eye built. I just want Konami, come on, bring OSS back. Orcus, I'm gonna put this at YCS Caliber after what I've seen. I don't think it was a fluke 2 weeks ago when the new support came out and it started topping. I think this deck is gonna be a rival come Nationals. Mermill, I'll put you at lower high contender because I don't think you're the cream of the crop as far as like high contenders, but I think you're still better than most of the regional decks that I'll be putting here. Onomat, this is crazy to say, but I know you're a cheap engine, but the way you do what you do, you're just nuts, and especially you mix it with Ryzel. I told my chat, or not my chat, but my local like Yu-Gi-Oh chat community in Colorado that I feel like Onomat just guaranteed like X'd or Duo Drive is gonna get hit, banned, because Ryzel Onomat is just insane. It's just insane, and I know people are like, oh, it just spams fours and it's just a extended version of pure Ryzel. Yeah, but it's really good, and it can go into some utopic crap that just says no. So Dragon Ruler, I want to put you in locals caliber so bad, but I will put you at the end of regional because I'm going to give you one last shot. Do something this weekend, we'll talk. Kashira, for sure, you're a regional level deck. I don't want to put you here because yes, you eat hand traps, but good players are going to play around you. Lab, for the sake of having a trap deck there, I'm going to put you here at the very lower ends of YCS caliber because you've fallen off from graces. Since that YCS with the Memento, the guy that took it down, it's been silent. So Regenesis, I'm putting you at the upper echelon of regional. I think you were the new hotness a couple weeks ago, but I think you're kind of taking a back seat right now because new stuff's coming in and people want to play with that. So Fiendsmith, I think you're for sure one of the topper decks because you're Fiendsmith, right? I know it's a slow engine. I know that it doesn't combo out crazy inboards. It gets to negates, or it gets to like a big booty monster, or it gets to a card that can stop you from special summoning, but like the recursion, what it does for bad decks, and the way it can bring a bad deck from like you're a fool for touching this to yeah, give it a try, that on its own puts you up there in my opinion. So Sprite, I think you're definitely a regional contender. I mean, I got a buddy that I know is going to be playing Sprite at Nationals, so I want to see what you do. So, yeah. Ubel, I think you're definitely Ubel. You're better than Manadium, but I don't think you're as good as White Forest or Kriston or Memento as far as combo. So, I'll put you in the middle. There we go. Necroz, you are another dark horse from me because you have gone silent since the new support in 1 week out. Haven't heard from you in a couple weeks, so I don't know where to place you right now because I know you're pretty strong local wise, but are you strong enough regionals? You know? Alright, let's get into our heavy hitters. In my opinion, are really heavy hitters. We'll put Sword Soul. Of course, you're a local deck. Sorry. Sword Soul guy. Mentioned Sword Soul. Anyway, Tenpai. I still think Tenpai can hold it down at the top tables in the game. The way it can play like a Fiendsmith engine plus a Cashier engine plus some Bestials plus all kinds of non-engine, like at some point you're probably playing against more like a Fiendsmith deck with a splash of Tenpai, but don't sleep on Tenpai. Do not sleep on it. Lunalight, you're definitely up there, and I'm putting you up there because not only do people not know what you do, I've heard several people say I don't know what that deck does, so I'm not sure. But the boards that you create are gas. They're gas. So, yeah, you deserve it. Vanquish Soul, you were an up-and-comer. I'm gonna put you right here because I think Onomat's better than you right now. Right now, we'll see. It depends on the pilot, honestly, but I think that you're very strong, and I want to see what you can do as far as being in the hands of a great pilot, and see what you do at Nationals, because you know people are going to be thrown out with it. So, Fire King, I'm definitely putting you right there at the end of YCS Caliber still. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to not respect a deck that took down big Nationals events and things of that nature. So, yeah, you belong there. You've earned it. Speaking of which, Malice, you are definitely up there as one of the best decks. For how long, we'll see. For all we know, in a couple weeks, you're gone. But for all we know, in a couple weeks, you might end up like middle of the pack at the YCS Caliber. So, yeah. Now, my friends, let's get into a discussion here. We're going to talk about Ryzel and a little bit of spice for the week that True spotted. Somebody took this to Master Duel Worlds Qualifier, and they've been doing some stanky things with it, and I built it, and it's reignited purpose in my heart. Sword Soul Centurion. I'm gonna put you right here, which is crazy, but the reason being is that this deck just says screw off Tenyi. I'm going with the synergy of Synchro Summoning, and some of your M boards, guys, you can end up with are like better part of 4 negates plus hand interruption plus follow up. I've done it. I have a match recorded that I'll be playing for you guys on the channel where I beat Malice pretty handily. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that deck. Cool stuff coming down the pipeline. Alright, the Ryzel question. Ryzel, in my opinion, and many of you will agree or disagree, is the best deck right now. Ryzel, whatever. And it's not because of Ryzel. It's because of what the other deck can do, and the sheer fact that Ryzel can just kind of trickle on top of that. Pure Ryzel, I'm gonna put you probably like here. I think people could, even if people are on a budget and that's all they got is Ryzel, sure, show up to Nets. It may be your day. If you can play 22 non-engine, go after it. Go try and stop the meta. A good player will just control the board. Ryzel Fiendsmith. I think you're definitely like right here is where I want to put you. I think that Mitsurugi is a little bit stronger than this engine, but I think you're right there. Ryzel, Necros, and Mitsurugi, I'm going to put in there at the top because we might see somebody bring in a 60 card pile, which would be amazing, and it belongs. And then the debate right now. So we know these two decks are the best. They are. And fight me if you want to argue this. But we're going to talk about Ryzel, Mitsurugi, and Ryzel Onomat. So, in my playtesting, I have curb stomped Ryzel Mitsurugi with Onomet, and I have both kicked the crap out of and gotten my shit kicked in on being on Ryzel Mitsurugi playing against Onomet. Where do I stand with this? I think Onomet is honestly, because it's newness, I think at the moment it's the stronger version. I think that, yes, you're going to have players that have been playing Ryzel Mitsurugi for 2 months who are going to just hold you down at times. But going into a national level tournament against the field, to at least top, I would take Onomet over Mitsurugi. I think people just aren't prepared for what you can put in that extra deck that just turns off boards, and it just turns off hands, and it just turns off interaction. So that's my opinion. For this week, I'm going to go ahead and put you guys in. My number 1 deck is Ryzel Onomet. Number 2 is Ryzel Mitsurugi. I'm going to put Malice over Memento, and I'm going to put Mitsurugi over Memento. So for the top 5, in my opinion, crazy. We got Ryzel, Malice, Mits, Memento. But anyway guys, that'll be it for me. Please wish me luck on my surgery. That would be great. Please be on the lookout for more content. Give the videos that I post just matches to watch, because I'm trying to explore the meta for you guys and show you guys what it's like playing in today's metagame. So just doing it there for you guys. But let me know what you guys think. Please be kind, be respectful. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.